Division. That's right, boys. It's once again time to talk about Division. And if you don't know what Division is, well, you have honestly been missing out. Where were you? In any case, tourists mad once again, playing Path of Exile 2. New patch comes in, everything becomes a little bit more hard for these people, and they get mad. May I suggest playing Diablo 4 because you're probably a better fit for Diablo 4 at this point than Path of Exile 2. But then again, I can't really speak. I have no idea what's currently happening because I'm just playing Last Epoch and having fun playing the Lich. These problems literally do not concern me even in the slightest because I chose the superior product.
Constantly running away from the monsters just to die constantly.
Bro! Fuck you, GGG!
Oh, this guy is still around? Holy. That's sad. He is one of probably the most unlikable people that has ever existed. That's insane.
Jesus Christ, this is fucking terrible. Wow. I just deal no damage. I don't deal any damage, man.
Well, have you considered getting damage?
Oh, I fucking deal any damage.
It takes me 3 fucking combos to kill a fucking white monster, man!
I wanted to play elemental spells, but they all suck. Because GG, I don't even know what to say. They fucking also suck at doing these things correctly for some fucking reason.
Let's grow! How cool! I can't move! I can't even get one little fucking Dinky Wing spell out!
Oh my god, the clown fiesta truly never ends.
How the fuck did you guys design this utter garbage? Fucking room trench! I can't kill room trench with this skill!
This game's so fucking dumb. I like this game.
What the actual fuck? Like, how is this our ascension method? Are you kidding me?
Am I having fun? Not fun is what I was right.
Okay, double living bomb, frost bomb, LE weakness, tempest, shining staff, and go! Okay, guys, hold on, wait 15 seconds.
So he did a big combo of some kind and it did nothing. Ah, good times.
Bro.
Okay, this spell's awful.
How do these people just deal no damage or anything? Do they not pick up items or what's happening?
If you're shilling the balance of this patch or the design of this patch, anything
Oh, that sounds like a vision denier right there. Oof, sad.
to do, and I haven't talked at all about the qualitative side of things. All I'm talking about is the quantitative pieces. That's it. If you can find a way to somehow justify that argument, you need to pull your own ass out of your head, out of your ass, out of your head, out of your mouth. Unwrap the fucking little self-ass-eating donut that you've tied yourself.
Were half the elemental spells this patch missing an extra 0 or something? Why does an empowered arc after running around like a headless ape to gather infusions do 1/5 of the damage of Bone Storm before the cleave interactions you can do with Bone Storm? Someone's pretty mad.
Okay? And look around you. Learn to count to 10. Maybe learn to count to 20 even.
Literally not even an issue. I mean, why be mad? I mean, -1 for the game music. But like the video anyway, you know? Click the like button.
Yo, what's up, chefs? It's Vinny, or in this case, I'm a self-ass-eating donut, or whatever hilarious-ass thing Jungron was just talking about. And this is definitely going to be the most controversial video I've ever made, and hopefully ever will make. So look, I'm just gonna say it straight up. The PoE2 community, or more specifically, the community that has been cultivated around a decent-sized chunk of the big-time streamers that effectively just want
Obviously, almost everyone. He literally showed almost everyone in that video clip right there. We were missing, like, almost no one.
PoE2 to be a reskin of PoE1 is the most...
Yeah. Again, I have said this before, but I think if you want PoE2 to be a reskin of PoE1, Fuck you. Go play PoE 1 and stop complaining, dipshit. I want PoE 2 to be different. I want PoE 2 to, well, effectively be kind of this, if we're being completely honest right here. Okay, not a big deal. Go play PoE 1. Go play Diablo 4. Trash. I mean, you're a great person, but trash.
Alarmist, cynical, and downright pessimistic gaming community that I have ever seen. And that means a fuck ton because I've played at the lowest and highest
True. Whiffing Diesel's stepson has a point.
ranks of pretty much any grimy,
Oh, I'm sorry.
disgusting
Sniffing Diesel.
competitive game you can think of. Talking Valorant, League, Rocket League, Marvel Rivals, Overwatch, you name it. And even still, the level of just pure inability that these people have to be happy, positive, or even just provide an ounce of criticism that is constructive and void of being a shithead is actually...
Now, granted, constructive criticism is not what anyone should ever be looking at. You're a consumer, okay? You're playing the game. You're not the developer. You're not getting paid, okay? You can easily just say game sucks, dislike, downvote, blah blah blah, and that's completely fair game, okay? If you dislike this video, I will judge you and find you, by the way, so you will never obviously do that. But you have the right to be wrong.
Pretty mind-boggling. And now, before you head down to the comments and say, Vinny, but those were just campaign bosses you showed. Well, number one, those were some of the final bosses of the campaign, and this video is being created in advance of when it's going to be posted to YouTube. So if somehow between T1 and T15 maps, which is where I'll probably be when this video actually makes it to YouTube, the game just turns on its head and I'm not one-shotting my entire screen and killing bosses in 5 seconds, then I'll make sure to let you guys know, or I just won't post this video at all. But 2, 99% of the clips I showed with streamers dogging the game, they were still in the campaign as well. And then finally 3, you're kind of just a doofus because I don't know about your experience.
Okay, let's be completely real. Anything below 3,000 hours in Path of Exile 2 is kind of beginner tier, so you don't really understand the game just yet. So it's understandable that you're bad.
But in my experience, my characters always get stronger, faster, and smoother the deeper into the game I progress, not the opposite. And surprise, surprise, that's
Yeah, that has always been also a thing for me. I wonder why.
usually how ARPGs just kind of work. And with that being said, I do just want to quickly clarify that not every streamer or viewer / chatter for that matter is fully guilty of this. I would say Darth Microtransaction and Rax are perfect examples here, where more often than not, they give actually constructive criticism. They talk about good things and bad things within the same 3 to 5 minute period. They don't just downright shit on the game, you know, over and over again. And even some of the ones that are actually pretty bad aren't...
Is this whole video going to be about Quinn? Yes? No?
always this bad. In particular, the worst of it usually always happens right at the launch of a new league. I mean, when I woke up and watched the streamer clips, etc., I thought I was having a fever dream because it actually felt like I was right back at the launch of Dawn of the Hunt, where for the first 2 to 3 days, everybody and their mother was just slamming PoE 2, and ultimately GGG for how bad the game is, how incompetent the developers are, and the best one of all was, oh my god, the Huntress is just absolutely useless, dog shit, unplayable garbage. And meanwhile, myself, Fubgun, and I don't know who all else, but I'm sure there were others, had figured out the whole Lightning Spear plus Volt combo that literally just broke the entire game on day 2. And then following that was just countless other builds that came.
Yep, I remember that. Oh no, this thing doesn't... And it breaks the game. Many such cases, I guess.
Out and ended up being unbelievably strong, and you know, the game felt more than fine. And I'm not saying the game's perfect, don't get me wrong. Obviously, they did make some patches back then that definitely helped the quality of life, and the game ultimately has tons of issues. But let's just be objective and honest with ourselves for a second. There is a reason that PoE 2 is the most popular ARPG to ever exist that wasn't created by Blizzard.
True, true. I mean, every game is now more popular than whatever Blizzard's pumping out, though. Diablo 4 is completely dead.
And this will probably come as a shock, but it's not because the game sucks or because the game has horrible balance, but it's because the game is actually well on its way to becoming an absolute masterpiece. I mean, a lot of the pieces of the puzzle are already there, especially when it comes to the thematics, atmosphere, music design, gameplay feel, campaign. I mean, I could go on and on about what this game does so well, but it is still being held back, of course, primarily with issues surrounding the end game experience, build diversity, etc., things of that nature. But even the problems it has are still nowhere near overcoming everything it does just so well. Now, at this point, you're probably asking yourself, okay, so who cares if some of the big streamers are super negative towards the game at the beginning of a new league? Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's probably the worst time for them to do it. Let me paint you a picture here real quick. Just imagine that you're a fairly average player who has a few hours a day to play games, and you're thinking about whether or not you want to try out the new league. Maybe on your break at work or your drive home, you slap on one of your favorite streamers and ask them for their opinion on the patch, and they just ruthlessly shit all over it. But then, not only that, these are the guys that play the game 12 plus hours a day and should in theory be blasting through the campaign, making it look pretty easy, but then you see them struggling to kill white mobs in Act 3.
We have talked about this so much. The fact that someone plays a game for 2,000 hours doesn't make them good. This is the whole Riley CS cheating situation yet again, the fake cat. Spending a lot of time in a game usually means you're shit at the game, not that you're actually good. That's the reality of these things. Most people with 10,000 hours in League of Legends are hard stock fucking bronze. Same with this, honestly.
And now the chances that this average player decides to just skip out on this league altogether is, for all intents and purposes, 100%. Because sure,
I don't actually think that's true. There's a simple reason why. Anyone who is in general even remotely accustomed to this sort of content, anyone who's watching even a single video about Path of Exile 2 or any other ARPG is already far beyond the average gamer. The average gamer has no idea that there's even a community on YouTube talking about this crap. That's the actual average person. They don't know these discussions exist. They don't give a shit.
Surely, if your favorite streamer who plays the game for their job is struggling, then how are you gonna have fun when you've got a few hours a day at best? So yeah, I don't know. I could go on forever.
Yeah, gotta feed those 5 wives, 7 children, 3 step grandmothers, and 5 adopted babies. True.
About the negative effects this type of stuff has on games, but ultimately the proof is definitely in the pudding. Go look on Reddit, go look on any PoE2 clips channel, and it's just filled with negativity. And it would be one thing if it was 100% warranted, like the game was just genuinely dog shit, but it's clearly not. So it's kind of a shame because the game really deserves more credit, especially if you try and put yourself in the shoes of the developers. They just spent months working their ass off to get this massive content update out, fully aware of the fact that the community's initial reception of it is extremely important. And then a lot of the biggest content creators are just dumping on it within the first 24 hours.
Oh no.
You can't really come back from that. It's just like, boom, without them even having time to get a single decent patch out to address some of the issues, they've already lost some significant portion of their player base for the rest of the league. And that's once again not even including the people who just decided to not play it at all because of the negative sentiment that they saw online. And ultimately, I'm of the belief that so much of that fallout could actually be easily avoided if people were just a little more willing to extend the olive branch and say, yeah, overall, I'm having fun with the patch, but they definitely need to work on this, and that. Or just attempt to keep everything in perspective.
The tourists are never right. But then again, toxic positivity is probably the worst thing that can ever happen to a game. We have Diablo 4, I guess, is technically toxic positivity because the devs only listen to people who are positive, and the people who are positive about Diablo 4 would literally play with a pile of shit if given the chance. So, toxic positivity is probably by far the worst thing to actually ever subscribe to.
A little bit better. After all, a lot of these streamers that mercilessly shit on the game have...
If something's bad, you just shit on it, okay? Listen, Look at Borderlands 4, Vogue Slop Fiesta. Look at World of Warcraft Blizzard, Vogue Slop Fiesta again. Like, do you think we're gonna get changed by saying, oh, Blizzard, at least you tried? Oh, Borderlands 4 is completely garbage, but at least you tried. Ha ha ha. No, that's not how you get changed. That's not how you get results. That's not how you get anything good, honestly, out of the situation. So, toxic positivity is by far the worst thing that can ever happen to a game, and it's gonna destroy it. So, you better say things to the developers like, hey, this shit is garbage, fix, or we're not gonna play, boycott it until it gets good. That's how you do things. And the best case scenario, you never let it get to that point. Now, granted, are really the things that people say about Path of Exile 2 being too hard or too whatever true? Probably not. Probably not in the slightest, okay? If you're complaining about this game being unbalanced and you're saying, oh, well, this blue item that just has percent fizz and flat fizz rolled on it is better than literally 99.9% everything that I find, and how the fuck is it hard for you to play the campaign? Because finding items like that is really, really easy. So how is that a problem? Also, not to mention, technically the same thing happened in Path of Exile 1. When you were playing, there were times when you, for, 10 plus levels, didn't actually change an item. So, kind of almost the same thing. So stop complaining. Anyway, that was Vindiction. Vindiction almost said 10 out of 10. Bye!